Hey Baldwin, I hope that you and your families are all staying safe and healthy. I am Amanda Delgado, Baldwin student, rising senior, current treasurer of the Student Council, and hopefully your future president. Throughout the years, the Baldwin community has experienced a myriad of uncertainties. Whether it's earthquakes, hurricanes, or global pandemics, our community has always managed to make the most of any situation. This year, as treasurer of the Student Council, I was able to create a budget that ensures growth, organize events and town halls of the year, as well as present Bulls Pride shoutouts, along with an amazing team. I have truly enjoyed this opportunity which you have given me, yet there is still so much more to be done, which I can help accomplish as president. Leadership, commitment, responsibility, determination, and communication. What do all these words have in common? Well, they're all qualities that an astounding student council member must have, and they're all traits that I have developed throughout my time in this community, which will allow me to thrive as president. Baldwin, my passion, loyalty, and school spirit has always and will continue to be demonstrated throughout anything we are able to accomplish if given the opportunity to be your president. This year has been quite the opposite of ordinary, but we have been able to make the most of it with our virtual meetings of our clubs and organizations, Spirit Week, town halls, and countless cahoots. However, it became more difficult to feel united as we are not all able to be together in person. If elected president, my primary goal will be to make sure that no matter how much social distancing is between us, we will feel as united as ever. As president, I would like to restore some of the things that the pandemic complicated, such as bringing back movie nights, having a school mascot, and providing more bonding activities for you, the student body, who will always be my top priority. Additionally, I want everybody to feel free to communicate with the student council anytime by reactivating the student council email, as well as possibly providing surveys to address any ideas that you may have. There is still a lot of uncertainty for what is to come, yet I know that no matter what, we can make this a picture-perfect year. So remember, let's glue Baldwin together. Vote Amanda for president. Thank you.
Hi Baldwin, my name is Daria Figlus and I'm a rising senior and member of the class of 2022. I'm running to be your next Student Council Vice President. This past year has been hard for all of us. We've faced many challenges when missing our friends and having to adjust to a new and uncomfortable lifestyle. But let's put these challenges behind us and focus on the things we've learned to make our future better. And I don't mean learning how to handle COVID-19 tests. With schools slowly opening up and our lives slowly returning to normal, let's focus on new beginnings. After all, the best time for new beginnings is now. I promise you can put your trust in me to bring new ideas, new energy, and exciting moments to the 2021-2022 school year to make it one of our best. As middle school and high school students, we have no idea what we're doing half the time, but we're not supposed to. We're supposed to be learning from our mistakes and our challenges. We're supposed to change as we learn. So next year, let's do it together. Let's take risks. Let's talk to people we haven't talked to before. Let's join more clubs. Let's do more community service. Let's be more engaged at town halls. I promise that as your vice president, I will support your student council president. I will work with you, talk to you, learn from you, and even change along with you so that next year is focused on our new chances and new opportunities. I promise to work as hard as I can to make sure that you are all excited to be at school and comfortable taking these risks with your friends and in your classrooms. As this is going to be my senior year of high school, I've been reflecting on what I've learned from my past years at Baldwin. As part of the MUN club, I learned how to be organized and speak confidently. Being part of the NHS as a member and the historian has taught me how to work with others and reflect on the past to improve the future. I learned how to push myself to my limits when playing soccer and how to explore my creative side when playing in the band for the spring plays. Despite the challenges during quarantine, I have learned how to communicate in different ways, how to organize my time, develop creative events, and stay motivated even when it's hard to do so. I promise to use all of these skills I have learned as your vice president to make sure that the next year is filled with new excitement. Vote Daria Figlus for vice president and trust the magic of new beginnings with me.
Hi Baldwin! I'm Goldberg and I'm currently running to be your next Student Council Treasurer. I hope each and every one of you has stayed safe and healthy throughout this roller coaster of a year. It would be easy for me to virtually stand before you today and speak on the tremendous toll the coronavirus has had on our world, to mention how difficult, sad, and heartbreaking the effects of the virus are. Instead, I'm going to take my 2 minutes and I'm going to use them to focus on the positive, to be some kind of light in this very dark time, and to convince you that if elected treasurer of our school, I will ensure we build back brighter. In order to accomplish this, I have the solution, B to the fourth. If you have seen my flyer, you will notice my main theme revolves around my vision as your treasurer, Baldwin Builds Back Brighter. The responsibilities of a treasurer mostly involve the distribution, recording, and management of funds dedicated to the improvement of our school. This role requires the utmost detail, diligence, and determination to ensure the student body sees the brightest year yet. I'm a passionate learner and inquirer dedicated to my growth as a student. This trait will drive me to work alongside other student council members to fuel growth within each and every one of you. Serving as Vice President of Model UN, co-leader in Girl in You, and student leader in Students Offering Solutions is indicative of my will and determination to be a leader, face, and voice for Baldwin students. Becoming the Student Council Treasurer means more to me though. Taking on this role makes me a part of a team that strives to make your middle and high school experience meaningful. Baldwin will build back brighter. With me as your treasurer, rest assured that I will devote myself to fulfilling this promise. This virus has torn all of us down in a myriad of ways, be it mental health, relationships, resources, living conditions, the list goes on. The point of my campaign, however, is that we, as a school, as a community, will build back brighter. We will have another great day at Baldwin. I want Baldwin to be your brightness, your light in dark times, your sun, and I want to do it all as your treasurer, because I don't just want to return to the old normal. I want to return to something better, something bolder, something brighter. Be bold. Build back with me. Vote Goldberg for Student Council Treasurer.
Oh, my love, let me be your fire. We're 1,000 miles up and I'm about to get higher. Feel my heart beating out my chest. You're the only prayer I need to make
Hello,
me
Baldwin. My name is Duerig. I'm a rising junior, and I want to be your next student council treasurer. In my short 3 years at Baldwin, I've experienced both good and bad times. But the truth is that it's always you, the students, that brighten the bad and shine on the good. To make sure that this will always be the case, I want to make it my responsibility to help empower and encourage the student body, even through the hard times. You have already shown your resilience in both the continued spirit we saw in our virtual Spirit Week and class competitions. Can only ever be good or bad, but how we perceive this news greatly depends on how it is told. Because it alone has the power to bring people together, to provide hope, to inspire, and to fulfill dreams. In a similar way, the Student Council represents the news of our school, and have thus far had to rearrange their entire schedules to modify to our current pandemic situations, which have been pretty dour for the most part. But somehow, they were able to outshine even the worst of parts in these months, to bring to us events such as the virtual banner, shirt competitions, town hall videos, and always with enthusiasm. And I want to be a part of that. There is an immense impact on a community if its leaders show their strength, but ultimately, that strength relies within the individuals that make up that community. That is why I want you to recognize the resilience each and every one of you already contain, so that regardless of how the situation turns out to be, you guys receive the best from both the student council and as the best of yourselves. The position of treasurer is one that requires an immense amount of trust, and to earn that trust, I will continue to keep my organizational skills and my responsibility at 200%, because it is my progress that will ensure your trust. Through the teamwork skills Baldwin has taught me, my highly passionate and determined personality, and the leadership and communicative experience I had as vice president of my own class, I will provide to you the type of support that inspires and strengthens our community by empowering the resilience each and every one of you already have. I want to work with your ideas and get to know each of you better and collectively bring back the excitement and spirit that makes up the Baldwin community. Regardless of whether we come back to school or continue online, I will work with the Student Council to ensure that we bring our all.
I know that I am.
Cuéntame, Baldwin. Yo soy Alejandro Pérez, and I'm going to be your next Student Council Secretary. I hope you all find yourselves well and safe during this time. I know this year has been rough on all of us, but I will still get you pumped. Dude, that's green. Ever since I can remember, from my 12 years at Baldwin, I've always wanted to be part of this council. Next year, when we come back fully in person, I want to be there for you every morning, in every town hall, to make you feel positive and awake in the morning. I want to work for all of you in the middle upper school to make the return to school as easy as possible next year. I want to be the guy who you look forward to seeing every morning in the school's activities and in the town halls, who makes our school glow with pride. As a candidate for secretary, I don't want to give you any false hopes, but I promise you I will give you 200% on everything that I work on, and I will always work well with the other candidates. But not only this, I want to make sure that your voice is heard. I want you to feel like you can approach me as a friend and talk to me about any concerns or regards you have about the school. I will work well with the other candidates since I consider myself to be a responsible, trustworthy, and committed student, and I will make sure to do everything possible to make next year the best. Those qualities are the ones that a secretary should possess, and I have them. This year was pretty great amidst the pandemic. We made up for canceled traditions by doing activities in the town hall, such as the scavenger hunt. Next year, we will apply everything that we learned this year and rise up as a united Baldwin. I'm committed to keeping this school motivated and maintaining our student body active. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Life's most important and persistent question is, who are you helping?" Well, Baldwin, for you I will make you my #1 priority. For you, I will plan great things. For you, I will improve communication between the council and the clubs to let each student shine their brightest. Those of you who know me know that I have experience. As I have been my class's president, I am the secretary, and I have been in the Red Cross and AV Club Council. With this in mind, you can rest assured that I will work well with all the other candidates if I am elected. Good luck to all the others running, and remember, vote Alejandro Perez for secretary.
Hey Baldwin, my name is Caridad Alvarez, and I'm running to be next year's Student Council Secretary. I'd like to start out by saying that this 2020-2021 school year has so far been one of the more interesting ones, to say the least. We've been living in a virtual setting for so long, it almost feels like we're living in the Matrix. Except we don't get to download cool abilities like a computer program. But even without Matrix abilities, I'd say Baldwin as a whole has changed for the good, one way or another. The pandemic has made us all grow as individuals. This excellent character development we've all had as a community is something that I'd love to take and transform into making our school a better and brighter one than it already is. To help do that, a spot as secretary in the student council is just what I need. And your vote can make all the difference. A secretary must organize ideas to make it easier to look back on them and communicate them better. However, being a good note taker is not all that goes into this position. A secretary must work with council members to give Baldwin a memorable school year. I firmly believe that I possess all of these attributes. Yet, as a part of the student council, there is also a critical factor that any member, whether it be secretary or president, must have: knowledge and understanding of the Baldwin community and all the people who form a part of it. Since pre-kinder, I've had the privilege of being in the Baldwin community. I've learned, grown, developed as a person, and met wonderful people throughout my years at Baldwin. From the elementary school student day fairs to sports fest dances to town halls, I've been a part of all these traditions with my classmates. If I were to have a chance to show my love for Baldwin by being a part of next year's student council, I would be sure to give the Baldwin community all my effort to make next year a memorable one. My campaign theme revolves around magazines, and not just because I thought it looked nice. Although we're all so very unique, there's one thing we all have in common. Each and every one of us deserves to be featured. If Baldwin was a magazine, our uniqueness would be vital to include. Each of us would be highlighted in a way. Photo shoots, feature articles, you name it. I have the drive to put that spotlight on you. If you wish to have a cover page worthy year, if you want next year to look the best it can be, vote Caridad Alvarez for secretary. Thank you for listening, stay safe, and have a wonderful day.
Hello, Baldwin. My name is Gloria Mancera, and I want to be your next student council secretary. When I first came to Baldwin in 8th grade and walked into the VPAC for the town hall, I was not only clueless, but I was completely surprised at the number of people and spirit and excitement they had as a community. It was astronomical. Despite me being the new clueless 8th grade student, the student council took me under their wing and incorporated me into the Baldwin community. I've had the honor of being class president of the Green Team for these past 2 years, or the class has grown from becoming my friends to my family. Through this position, not only have I grown my leadership skills, but I have been able to work with many of my classmates and get to know them better. Whether it is making dances for Sports Fest, making t-shirt and banner designs, planning a variety of fundraisers, or even making class cheers. It's been an amazing and enriching experience, and I believe this experience and my wish of being able to take part in something bigger makes me the perfect candidate for this position. Along with the help of the class council, other classmates, and our awesome advisors, we have been able to carry out various successful fundraisers, volunteer more than 350 hours as a class at El Comedor de la Kennedy since last summer, and most importantly, take part in school-wide activities as a team, as a few of the things we've accomplished these past 2 years.
Despite the tentativity of the future due to our current reality, I'm looking forward to introducing all types of ideas to the Student Council, and I can assure you that I will go the extra step, the extra mile. Instead of my 100%, I will give my 150% and do my best to make your ideas a reality. For my poster, I've chosen the theme of gliding through space. Like the different planets in our galaxy, Baldwin has all types of different classes with each of their colors. And the spaceship, like the Student Council, needs each of their crew members to fulfill a specific purpose to travel safely among the cosmos.
In my past experiences, I've learned top-notch organizational, communicative, and responsibility skills that allow me to excel as secretary, where I have to ensure the meetings and activities are effectively organized, uphold regulations, make agenda and plan school events, and finally, stand by Baldwin's spirit and make sure the Student Council has a nice flight this year. My ultimate goal is not only to make next year one of the most memorable ones yet, but to recreate that exciting feeling we get when we shout together in the VPAC, to take under my wing those of you who are going to be entering into high school and middle school soon, to keep fostering that familial, warm, and exciting Baldwin spirit. And that's why you should vote Gloria for secretary in an astronomical year.
Hello Baldwin students and faculty. As I hope most of you know, I am Bermudez and I'm running to become the Student Council Secretary for the upcoming school year. These past few weeks, I have found myself repeating this line often, and each time it shocks me that I'm finally able to say this. I'd like to think that I have grown up in the seats of the VPAC, watching students give their speeches and listening to them share their ideas right before me, year after year, thinking to myself that one day I would be one of those students, up on the stage, or in this case, up on your Zoom screen. My goal has always been to run for something that exemplifies unison like our school's student body. After much thought, I was urged to run for secretary once I realized certain attributes an ideal candidate must embody in order to aid in creating a positive and caring environment. Organized, observant, and responsible. After I thought of this, I decided to incorporate these attributes along the sidelines of my campaign posters, which I hope you have seen. All along, I have been on the sidelines watching, developing these skills, and waiting for the moments in which I am thrown into the game to apply them, and I believe my time has come. My previous experiences in clubs, the NJHS Council, class council, and sports teams have only fostered these traits and allowed me to be prepared to take a position like secretary head on. The role of Student Council Secretary demands a lot of organization in order to adequately take notes of meetings and send them to the advisor, which also requires the power of being observant in order to communicate any news to the student body effectively and successfully. Additionally, my poster makes reference to all of you, the student body. Each member of Baldwin plays an undeniable role in making the school year meaningful, despite all the unusual and unexpected situations we have had to handle, especially this last year. In the poster, each class color represents a player in the game who, instead of going head-to-head with each other, all strive to reach our maximum potential by uniting our goals and having another awesome year. Running for secretary is a goal I have set for myself from a long time. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to achieve it. Remember, vote for me and we will score all of our goals together. Thank you and stay safe.